All right, guys, it is time to bleed the clutch fluid on my 1994 Acura Integra GSR. I have a brand new OEM clutch master cylinder and brand new OEM clutch slave cylinder down there. And then I also have the, well, you can't really see it that well, but there's a clutch line that goes from here all the way over to here. It's a stainless steel braided one by Russell. So there it is right there, you can see it. So basically, besides the hard lines and all new clutch hydraulic system, I even have a little bit of new hardware there. I ordered a new cap, but that's on back order. But this reservoir right here is brand new. I'll show you some befores and afters video of that, because man, that one was stained yellow. Anyways, now it is time to bleed this system. So I have my preferred brake fluid right here, Honda Genuine, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up the Clutch Master fluid reservoir with some brake fluid, and then we can start the process of bleeding the system down there at the clutch slave cylinder. You do not want to get this on paint. You most certainly do not want to get this on paint. It will take off paint. So be very, very careful with this. I'm going to put the cap back on this. Okay, now that I have that full, I'm going to go ahead and take off this little dust boot right there. And it looks like I need either an 8 or a 10 millimeter wrench to pop this valve open. But first, I think I'm going to put either a pan under there or put some tubing on there. I haven't decided quite yet. Let's see if this is a 10 millimeter. Nope, it is an 8. I thought it looked pretty small there. So let's go ahead and try an 8. Will an 8 work? Yes, sir, it will. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack that loose. Just get it like that. I'm gonna leave that wrench on there. And then I need to decide if I'm just gonna air bleed it, or I think I'll push the pedal a little bit and get it bled that way. Alright guys, so this is how I have my setup. I have my wrench on there. The line is cracked. I have my 1/4 inch tubing hooked up to my water bottle down there, so it's just gonna drain directly in there. Now since I completely, replaced almost everything in my clutch hydraulic system, there is a lot of air in my system. So in order to push that air out quicker, besides just letting it gravity bleed like this, I'm going to go inside the car and push the clutch, and then, or maybe I'll have my wife press the clutch as I hold this tubing on here, and that will it will push out the hydraulic fluid or the brake fluid out much quicker. Right now we are going to open the bleeder screw just like that. And well, my hose popped off, but there's not really enough in the lines to do any damage anyways. Okay, clutch pedal to the floor. All right, let me close this. Clutch pedal back up. I'm gonna open this. Clutch pedal to the floor. And close this. Clutch pedal up. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so we're gonna repeat that process quite a few times to get all this air out. Okay guys, after we did that about 10 or around 10 times, we finally have some fluid being sucked down in there. Now, remember to always top off your reservoir to the max line. You do not want this to run, all the way dry, or else you will just be repeating this process because you'll allow air into the system. So we're gonna go do this some more times. I can actually hear the fluid being pumped through the hydraulic lines because, as I said, these lines are completely empty since I replaced pretty much everything except the hard lines. But anyways, I can hear it being pumped in there, so we are making progress. I'm gonna go ahead and top off that reservoir and let's pump in some more. Down, up, down, up, down, up. All right, a job well done. Our clutch pedal is feeling great. Our brake fluid is to the maximum line on the clutch fluid reservoir. This is tightened all the way down on the clutch slave cylinder. Now just need to put this cap back on, and our clutch is all bled. Actually, I think I will wipe that down just real quick with a rag. There was no more air bubbles, or there was no more air in the line whenever I was bleeding the clutch. So I almost went through a whole bottle of brake fluid. So that's quite a bit. But you know, this clutch again, it was all the way dry. So it, unless you're replacing all of these clutch components, it doesn't normally get all the way dry like that. But oops, gotta get that right there. Okay, got this cap, and put this cap back on so that it doesn't get all dirty and crud in there. Very nice. Keep it nice and clean. Let's also check for leaks, and I think it looks pretty good, man. I just don't see any leaks at that clutch line that's been replaced. Let's look at the clutch master cylinder. Yep, it is looking dry at those new hose connections. That hose back there I replaced as well. That's OEM. So yeah, I think we did a good job. As I said, it took about a whole bottle of this brake fluid right here, my Honda OEM fluid. So yeah, that's it for bleeding my clutch. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if this helped you in any way, and I'll catch you in the next one.